Very warm greetings to my dear students. I hope that everyone is fine and fit at their home. So, now let's learn and read about a new chapter of our honeysuckle book of class 6. That is chapter number 2. How the dog found himself a new master. Yes, this is what we are going to read that how the dog found himself or by himself a new master. Let's proceed. Before proceeding with the chapter, along with the explanatory part, we will learn about the aims and the objectives of the lesson. This lesson is to enable the students to share the short stories and the fox stories, to enable them to know how the dogs became a tame animal, to enable them to express themselves in grammatically correct language, to enable the learners to extrapolate from the given text. Let's proceed. Introduction about the chapter, students. Here we are having the introduction about the chapter. The dog and the wolf are closely related. You may also know something about how, over the centuries, human beings have domesticated and tamed wild animals. Here is a story about how the dog became a tame animal. So basically, this is a story that how the dog became a tamed animal because during the centuries ago, animal like dog or wolf are closely related to each other and they both used for hunting. Yes, dogs were the first animal tamed by humans. Perhaps 20,000 years ago, tamed dogs were brought from Asia to a new world 5,000 or more years ago. Dogs were first used for hunting. Yes, before 100,000 centuries ago, dogs used for hunting. And from Asia, it got brought first time for taming. Now let's move towards our chapter, reading along with the explanatory side by side. How the dog found himself a new master. Dogs were once their own masters and lived the way wolves do, in freedom until a dog was born who was ill-pleased with this way of life. He was sick and tired of wandering about by himself, looking for food and being frightened of those who were stronger than him. He thought that it over and decided that the best thing for him to do was to become the servant of one who was stronger than anyone on earth. And he set out to find such a master. He walked and walked, and he met a kinsman of his, a big wolf, who was as strong as he was fierce. Where are you going, dog? The wolf asked. I am looking for someone to take up service with. Would you like to be my master wolf? The wolf agreed, and the two of them went together. So basically, till here, what we have learned that the dog was in a searching mode because he got fed up by hunting for himself and finding shelter, food for himself. And now he wants a master who provide all these things to him, and for that master, the dog became the servant. This is what dog wants. So he was in a searching mode of his master. Then the first master that he searched was the wolf. They walked, and all of a sudden, the wolf lifted his nose, sniffed, darted quickly off the path and into the bushes, and crept deeper into the forest. So basically, the wolf got fierce. He got scared after sniffing something. The dog got surprised. The dog didn't know what happened to the wolf. The wolf said, "There's a bear out there, and he might eat up both of us," because wolf got scared up with the bears. Seeing that the bear was stronger than the wolf, the dog decided to take up the service with him, and he left the wolf and asked the bear to be with his master. So when the dog realized, students, when the dog realized that bear is more stronger than the wolf, then the dog decided to switch his services from wolf to bear, because the dog wants a master who is more powerful in the world. They walked on and soon saw a herd of cows. But just as they were about to come up to it, they were stopped by a terrible noise. What type of noise? Terrible noise. Which noise? That we'll see. The cows were running in a panic in all directions. So this type of terrible noise they are talking about, that the cows were in a very panic situation. Students, the bear looked out from the behind tree, and then he too ran hastily deeper into the forest. Why bear started running? What he saw from the trees. Now, why did I have to come here? Said the bear to the dog. It is the lion who rules the forest. So basically, bear is also got scared from the presence of lion, like the cows did. He is the strongest beast on earth. Well, then I'll say goodbye to you, bear. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth. So this is how, again, the dog switched his master from bear to lion, because at the end, what the dog wants? He wants a master who is stronger than anyone on earth. And off the dog went to ask the lion to be his master. The lion agreed to it, and the dog stayed with him and served him for a long, long time. It was a good life, and he had nothing to complain of. No one dared touch the dog or offend him in any way. Yes, because why? Because he was the servant of the lion. Lion was the king of the jungle. So everyone gives respect to the lion, and dog is a servant of lion. So no one dare to touch the dog as well. They are getting the proper food. They are getting the proper shelter every time. So for the very long time, dog became the friend with the lion. But one fine day, the two of them were walking side by side along a path, when all of a sudden the lion gave a great roar. Then he began to back away very quietly. The dog was surprised. Why the dog was surprised? Because according to the dog, lion was lion was the king of the jungle, and every animal gets scared because of lion and from lion. So, but the lion also gets scared from someone, and then the dog surprised that Oh my God, is there anyone also to whom lion gets scared? I smell a man coming this way, the lion said. We had better run for it or we will be in trouble. Oh, well, then I'll say goodbye to you, the dog said. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth. So that day, the lion and the dog friendship got ended because the dog decided to switch his master again from lion to a human being. And off the dog went to join the man, and he stayed with him and served him faithfully. This happened long, long ago, but to this day, the dog is man's most loyal servant and knows no other master. So that day, the finally dog found himself a new master who is more stronger than anyone on earth. So the moral of the story is how the dog found himself a new master is that of to be humble and serving. The story is about a dog finding for himself a master, and when he finally finds himself a master in human, he becomes loyal to him and decides to serve him as a servant. So here we are ending up with the story of how the dog found himself a new master with a great moral that is we have to be humble and serving in nature. I hope that the story is clear to you all students. Thank you and have a nice day and take care. Stay home, be safe.